so the question, good question. So the question is, why not just short every penny stock? No, so a lot of these penny stocks can go up further than you think. Like BPTH literally went from the single digits to over $70. So it was a good short because now it's back down to 20. But you know, we've seen DRYS go from $5 to 120. So I'm very, very cautious with shorting these days. There's a lot of people with your mindset.
Oh, so someone wants to short a low float stock?
Yeah, so there's a lot.
Oh no!
Well, why not just short everything?
Well, yeah, short them all.
No, you have to be careful. For me, I like to ride the hype. No, but you might. But again, you might not be able to withstand the huge run up.
The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solid.
Correct, and there's just massive risks. Like, ask the people who were betting against Bitcoin and it went to 20,000. They thought it was overvalued at 1,000. I would be very careful trying to pick the top on hype. Hype can really go further than you think, especially in this day and age where we're all connected. Social media spreads everything faster than ever before, so you have bigger, more volatility.
That's one of the biggest reasons I think that you see these stocks squeeze so much longer is now, not only do you have, you know, back in the day you had these small chat rooms, now social media explodes. And remember, one of the big things that people forget with shorting these low price stocks is your broker will, you know, these shares get called in. So you could be right. One of the biggest fallacies is people will look at these charts that go straight up and go straight down, but if your broker takes you out because these shares get called in and you're out, so you just watch it come back down.
Remember, when you're shorting, you're taking out a loan from your broker. So the broker can call it back at any time. And a lot of these brokers, if everyone's short one of these penny stocks where it goes from 5 to 50, they call in their shorts. It doesn't matter if the next day the stock goes to 2. So you can't necessarily always, you know, ride it all the way up and make money on the way down. The good news is with this kind of scary volatility, you can ride it up. And I have a lot of students these days who are like, you know, this is crazy. Like, you're buying a stock at 3 and you're selling it the next day at 20. Like, it's kind of insane. So for me, I've gone switched primarily to a long bias trader just because of the recent volatility. Got a question here?
When you see a lot of buzz in a penny stock and people are getting in and you get in after that, aren't you a little late?
So the question is, when other people are buying a penny stock and you get in after that, aren't you a little late? So no, that's a good question. So I'm always scared of chasing because, again, we know most of these penny stocks, if not all of them, will fail eventually. You don't want to be the last one holding the bag. So oftentimes, like on SHMP, which went from 2 cents to $1, I'm buying it at 7 cents, I'm buying it at 24 cents, then I'm out. And then I wait for it to come down. So I always think about where is the technical breakout, where is kind of like insanity levels. I don't want to be in insanity levels, even if I miss out on money because I'm not comfortable. When these penny stocks do go up so much, something is bound to happen. Either they do a financing at discount prices, so it's a toxic financing, and the stock crashes. Sometimes the SEC halts it. Sometimes a tweet goes viral where they expose that the company has like no cash. When these stocks are not meant to be up so much, they come down in a hurry, and most people are not prepared to get out that quickly.
But that's why you have to have that philosophy. You have to have a trade plan. You stick to it, okay? If you buy this stock simply because it's moving on shrimp farm news, like
environmental shrimp, it's actually a fantastic idea, but I'm sure they're doing some shady shit in the background. The good news is 80% of the world's, I learned about this. I'm doing research about shrimp. I eat shrimp all the time. I didn't know about it. 80% of the world's shrimp is developed in third world countries. There's no regulations. So you're eating like these bottom feeders that are eating like pollution. Probably all getting cancer as we eat this. So environmentally safe shrimp is actually a good thing. But at the same time, no matter how good the story is, I guarantee you that this company will do something to screw it up.
So that's why you have to exit when the trend shifts. And you can buy the junkies in the
not even exit when the trend shifts, exit when you have a profit. For me, I'm Jewish. I like money. Like, I want to take my profits. I know some traders, they're very disciplined. They turn off their profit and loss column. They want to like give these stocks as much time. If I make 500, I made 2,000 today while sitting, you know, at the Expo booth. I made 2,000. $2,000 a day keeps a real job away. So I'm always focused on what am I personally making, and that's good enough for me, even if I can make more later on.
And that stock you traded today, low price stock, but CBD stock, it was moving Friday, all predictable. Former runner, you know, in a hot sector, from the kiosk, from his single screen laptop, he made a couple grand in what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and another good thing to remember is that because I'm a glorified history teacher, because these stocks repeat, it's easier to buy stocks that are former runners. So anytime you look to buy a penny stock, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, look at the 1 year, 2 year, 5 year chart. See how it's done in the past, because if you have some stocks that have never run in the past, it's very hard for them to run just out of the blue. Versus a stock that's run several times, like I said, there's a day trading horde with penny stocks. If you can see that that day trading horde is interested in the stock because they remember it from a few years ago, you have a greater likelihood of it spiking again. And shorts are also scared. Like when you see some of these stocks that go from 2 to 50 and then it comes back down to 2, the next time it spikes up again, some shorts might not be so aggressive in shorting because they'll be like, oh, last time it went from 2 to 50, I remember that, I want to stay away. So it's kind of training the shorts to be scared, training the day trading horde to be, gambling degenerates, which they are.
Right.
Social media and the internet are inundated with people who call themselves experts on penny stocks. What would you suggest is the best way to discern who knows what they're talking about and who's full of shit?
Great question. So who is transparent and who is full of shit? This is why I show every trade. I show my income tax returns, I show my audits. It's not just how much money you make in the market, it's the actual trades. So if someone posts a screenshot, oh, I made $50,000 or $100,000, how much did you risk? If you're risking $700,000 or if you were down $100,000 at one point, it's irrelevant for people with small accounts. So for me, I like to show every single entry, every single exit, how much I risk. When I do lose, I try to cut my losses very quickly. So you see that even when I'm in the negative category, I'm not risking that much. I'm risking a few $1,000s. There's a lot of newbies because of this 10-year bull market who think they know everything. It's not that they're bad people, they just don't know what they don't know. And I was once this person when, again, 7, 8 years into my trading journey, I had never had a big loss. I was running my little hedge fund. I thought I was like the big shit, right? And at the time, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I set myself up for a big loss. So for me, experience and transparency are key. If you're learning from anybody, ask to see every trade over several years, ideally over several decades, because I'm not like a master trader, but I have learned to be very conservative. And too many people are like, Tim, you're doing it the wrong way, you're too conservative. And those people a few days later, a few weeks later, a few months later, usually blow up, then they get very introspective on Twitter, what they did wrong, and they're just newbies, they don't know. So be very careful these days.
And the one thing I would tell you is just know that anybody on social, they have an agenda. Why are they talking about this stock? Why are they bashing this stock? There is an underlying agenda. And really, especially, you should be running your own scans, doing your own research, and shut that shit off.
And this is another thing, like I trade with a small account, not because it's fun, like it's boring as hell to trade with a small account. I should be trading with like a $10 million account. But for me, I don't want you to think like I'm trying to make a lot of money from trading and use my subscribers. I trade with a small account, I donate any money that I make to charity because I want you to understand that I'm trying to teach you the process. For me, it's all about giving you guys the process. How do you grow a small account into something? So it's not just about money for me. I get my kicks these days when students come up to me and they make like their first 1,000 and their first 2,000 and they learn the process. That's what motivates me. So look at people's, reasoning. Why are they teaching? I only got started teaching because my TV show Wall Street Warriors was a hit and I started getting a lot of emails. My hedge fund lawyers were like, ignore the emails, just continue running the hedge fund. And I was like, I can't. Let me try and teach this stuff. This stuff is real. And that was, a little over 10 years ago, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, question right here in the front.
Yeah.
Look to your right. We have questions over here too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm blind in this eye.
So you guys are both teaching at this point. How do you pick between the Tims?
And this is another thing. If I had chosen better, none of my top students would all be named Tim. We got Tim Bohen, Tim Lento, Tim Gertani. The chat room's a fucking mess. Where everyone's like, Tim, I have a question. And it's a disaster. I don't know why there's so many Tims. Raise your hand if you're named Tim. Do we have any Tims? You have higher odds than other people for whatever reason in this Elon Musk simulation. Especially if you're from the Midwest. Are you from the Midwest? No, you live in New York. Fuck. Well, I mean, for whatever reason, most of my millionaire students are from the Midwest. I think because there's nothing to do there, so they're just bored and cold.
Especially in the winter, yeah.
Like this guy, he's from the Midwest.
I do 2 webinars a day every single day. So
he's got nothing else to do. He's
Stop.
got no movie premieres. He's got no new restaurants. He's got no museums. He's got the cold and deer. That's it. And then he kills the deer because he's a murderer.
So Stocks to Trade Pro is a mentorship program. You can check it out, stockstrade.com/pro. I do twice daily webinars. It's just kind of a different thing. Tim does, more of like an alert type service. He's got his archived webinars. I do twice daily webinars. It's just kind of your choice.
Question over here in the corner.
How hard do you think you have to work
how hard do you have to work? Harder than you think in the beginning. It's endlessly frustrating.
It's like that. I'll let you finish, but it's like, think of it like that hockey stick of growth. I mean, you've got to grind through that hockey stick, and then you get to the upper.
I posted a chart the other day on my Instagram feed where, you have these great expectations in the beginning of how easy it's going to be, and it's just going to be easy the whole time. In reality, it's very hard in the beginning, but the longer you stick with it, the easier it gets. So the whole key for me, and part of the reason why, raise your hand if you follow me on social media. Most people. So my social media exists to motivate you to stick with it, because this is the kind of life that you can have after 20 years. But too many people give up after 3 months, 6 months. You have to remember, Tim Grittani, who's made over $8 million, he made nothing for 9 months. His first 9 months, and he studied every day. He was working at State Farm, right? Like, he was an insurance agent, but he studied at night, he studied on weekends, and he made nothing. So expect to make nothing in the beginning, and try to just learn and be prepared, best prepared 12 months, 24, 36 months.
One more question over here. Yep, one more. Yep.
So I'm an option trader.
I like the aggression.
Yeah, but
You're an options trader.
I'm an option trader. I work full time. And so Pennystocks, I don't do hotkeys or anything along those lines, and
You don't need it.
automatic program, 1/3 this, 1/3 that. So if I wanted to start trading in that world, how would I get started in regards to just learning the price patterns and all like that?
Join the challenge.
Just transitioning from an option trader to a penny stock
It's,
trader.
from what I understand, I don't trade options, but I know a lot of
Because
students.
options offered on penny
I wish there were penny stock options. That would be cool, but
Some of them do, but most don't. Yeah.
for me, again, you just start studying the patterns. Start looking at my YouTube videos. There's 1,000 plus of them. If you want a comprehensive guide that's organized, go to howtomakemillions.com. That all goes to charity. It's 35 hours long. So that's everything that I've learned all in one kind of thing. And people seem to like that. Raise your hand if you've seen my How to Make Millions guide. Yeah, a few people.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you help build schools. My charity has now built 52 schools. My goal is still to build 1,000 schools. Thank you. So you learn what you want over time. Like for me, I used to want to travel everywhere. Now I've been to 119 countries. I'm running out of countries to visit. So now I'm trying new stuff. Always be, setting goals for yourself, but then set new goals, and you'll learn about yourself along the way. The best thing about trading is not just about the money, it's the adventure. When you have this kind of freedom, even if you don't make a lot of money at first, at least you have that freedom. And you need to study to get that freedom. Then you can find really what you're most passionate about in life. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, it's tough to do anything. Hey, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.